Shalom, friends. This is Akiva with Israel in 5, and I'm inviting you to take part in a very, very important campaign from Meir Panim to help them, help millions of Israelis who are in need in general in their lives every single day, but especially as the upcoming Jewish high holiday season is approaching. And it's up to us to help these millions of Israelis celebrate these holidays with joy, celebration, and with dignity. There are all kinds of populations in great need. There are Holocaust survivors still trying to make ends meet after having gone through so much suffering and pain in their lives. There are IDF soldiers who are reliant on gift packages and food deliveries from Meir Panim, especially lone soldiers who come from other countries all around the world to serve in the IDF to protect the Jewish state, who don't have the family in Israel like other soldiers do. There are 100,000 Israelis who are still not living in their homes in the north of Israel because of the constant rocket attacks from Hezbollah. They need our help too. And of course, the families that are living under the poverty level are struggling every single day and are wondering, how are we going to give our families, our kids, a joyous holiday season? Please go to Israel5.org/donate or click on the link below to give a donation. Every single donation will be doubled as a result of a very generous grant by the Steinberg Gift Fund. And this is the time to give. This is the time to act to make sure that after a very, very hard year of war in Israel against Hamas and the Gaza Strip, Hezbollah from Lebanon, that Israelis are able to celebrate this high holiday season with joy and with dignity. Give what you can and know that every single dollar of your donation will go directly to helping all of these Israelis in need. Thank you so much and all the best. How is Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, a specific holiday for the Jewish people, actually one of the most universal, all-inclusive Jewish holidays that we have? Let's find out. Shalom, my friends. This is the Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. Rosh Hashanah is specifically the Jewish New Year's for the Jewish people, based on the Jewish calendar. It's a very Jewish holiday. Of all the Jewish holidays, you can say it's the most Jewish because it's going specifically by our time, our calendar, which nobody else uses in the entire world. So how can we say that Rosh Hashanah is actually one of the most, if not the most, universal Jewish holiday that the Jewish people have? Let's find out. When we look at something called the Mishna, which is written down oral teaching, it was a teaching that remained oral for at least 1,500 years, the beginning of Jewish history. Eventually it was written down out of fear that it would be forgotten as the Jews went deeper into their diaspora and exile. So in the year 200, the Mishnah was compiled based on all of these teachings that were originally, and for a long time, strictly oral. And in one of those teachings about Rosh Hashanah, it says that on Rosh Hashanah, all of the people of the world, not just the Jewish people, but all of humanity, all humans, no matter who they are, what they are, where they live, what what religion they practice, all humans on planet Earth pass by God on Rosh Hashanah, right? To have a kind of a moment of God. Rosh Hashanah is called Yom Hadin in Hebrew, which is Judgment Day. And everyone, has to kind of take accounting on this day, but it's not in this typical kind of like showing up in front of the judge in a court case and everyone's, really scared and worried what's going to be. It's quite the opposite. It's this day where God sees you, right, with all of your potential realized, right? It's to be seen by God is not a simple thing. And again, it's not this scary experience of being seen by a judge or standing in front of a judge, but really God kind of looking at each and every single person and reminding them, of who they really are in their deepest essence and who they can be in this world, and how much potential they could bring out and how much more potential they can bring out than they have so far. So it's this really beautiful day. And it is this universal kind of Jewish holiday where it includes all of humanity. We don't see that really in any Jewish holiday, not Passover, not Sukkot, not Shavuot. These are very specific holidays commemorating and celebrating very specific Jewish events in Jewish history. Another thing that really makes this a very universal holiday is that Rosh Hashanah is the anniversary of the creation of humanity on the sixth day of creation. Right? And we know that when Adam and Eve were created, there were no religions yet. There was no such thing as Judaism. Judaism came much later. And Rosh Hashanah in our prayers, we say today is the birthday of the world, so to speak. But it doesn't correspond with the first day of creation. It corresponds with the sixth day of creation, which is the birthday of our being in the world, all of humans, right? And really recognizes that. That's a huge piece of Rosh Hashanah, is that is the historical anniversary. It lines up, it is parallel to the sixth day of creation, which is the beginning of the appearance of humans in this world and are living out our lives, right? And we know that in Judaism, according to the Torah, it says that very, very specifically that all people were created b'tselem Elokim, in the divine image of God. Not just Jews, of course, everybody, right? And this is another universal idea that we have in Judaism, right, where we don't need the whole world to be Jewish. Judaism was never a religion of trying to convince people to join a religion. If people are interested and they want to, there is a path to take of conversion. But again, in Rosh Hashanah, we focus on all of humanity, not just ourselves, and really recognizing that God created everyone in His divine image, and everyone is here for a reason, and everyone here on planet Earth has a purpose, a unique and specific purpose that has never, been given to any other person throughout human history. So all of these things are coming together in Rosh Hashanah, making the Jewish New Year, which would seem on the surface a very specific Jewish holiday, which it is, of course, at the same time. But in addition to that, in parallel to that, it is a very universal holiday, really keeping in mind all of humanity. And as we, the Jews, start a Jewish New Year, we're really hoping and praying for a beautiful year for all of humanity, that there be end of wars, an end of violence, end of evil, no more terrorism, and that all people will be able to live with peace and happiness and have what they need to live, right? Justice and righteousness. These are things that we long for, not just for ourselves, but for all people of the world. And it ties into an ancient Jewish value called Tikkun Olam, which means to repair the world. That really what we're here to do, and what Judaism helps us to do through its rituals and its commandments and its laws, is to bring repair and to bring fixing to the world. And in Rosh Hashanah, that value really takes center stage. Right? Really trying to start off this new year in the best way possible. And let's fix the things that are still broken. Right? Let's see for ourselves, each and every single one of us, what can we do? What can we specifically do as individuals that we haven't yet done, that maybe hasn't been done by anyone yet, in order to bring more fixing and healing to this world and really make this world a better place. Wishing for that for all of us this year, and I know I'll be praying for that for the Jewish people and all the peoples of the world this upcoming Rosh Hashanah. All the best and be well.